Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. I know it has been a while, but when has it not? And I know this is literally every video, but I'm gonna try to post more regularly. But again, I say it literally every video, and when do I actually go through with it? But with that, my plan is to start a new series, hence this being the first video of the new series, and I would like to call that series Nightidle's Library. And the goal of this series is for me to play through and give reviews over the 350 games that I have in my library. It's time that I start tackling the backlog because it just needs to happen. And there's no better place to start than my physical game library. I currently have roughly 50 physical games that I have yet to probably even insert, or some of them are even still sealed. But my goal is to keep these videos on the shorter side, but still give enough feedback to truly give my pure and honest opinion about the game without giving major spoilers in case you guys want to go play them yourselves, which I would probably recommend for most of the games I'm going to play. And I know I've done platinum videos before, but that's not exactly my goal with this series. If I like the game enough, then I will go for the platinum while playing it, but I will not plan to get the platinum for every game that I play. If I'm not liking the game, not digging it, I probably will not go for the platinum. But if I am liking it, I might go for the platinum. Depends how I feel. For the first game, though, I wanted to do something on the shorter side, just to kind of ease back into single-player games, and honestly games in general, because it's been a hot minute since I've played, really, anything that's been single-player. And the game that spiked my interest in my library, my physical one, was the 2020 remake of Destroy All Humans. I used How Long to Beat to look at a lot of the times for games, and it had the game posted as a 7.5 hour long game, just for the story, and then a 14.5 hour long game for the platinum. So now, without further ado, let's jump right into the review. My plan is to split these reviews into 4 different sections, and then finish with an overall section. If I went for the platinum, there will be an additional 5th section. So the first section I want to talk about is the story. The entire premise of the game is about a little alien named Crypto-137, well, destroying literally all humans and everything in his path. Along the way, he discovers many different obstacles like the Federal Army and an agent corporation that ends up playing a bigger role than you think, but I'm not going to get too much into that because, again, I don't want to spoil too much. There's about 20-some missions in the game, and along that, the story is pretty easy to follow. I never felt like I got super lost in it or didn't know what was going on, but I do want to say if you're expecting this to be the best story game you've ever played, think again. Most of the game is just for humor, and there are a decent amount of funny parts in it. They are a bit cringy, but that's beside the point. The story is easy to follow, not rich by any means, and for that, I'm going to give the story a 7 out of 10. I want to apologize for my voice. I'm kind of a little sick right now, so that's why I'm kind of huffing and puffing a little bit. But for the next section is the gameplay section, and this is where I'm going to discuss the actual gameplay. Most of it is very straightforward. You're given a bunch of weapons to destroy all the humans, and that's pretty much it. Every mission, you are either on your feet, in the streets, using your weapons, or in your saucer, absolutely obliterating everything in sight. There are optional objectives per mission that unlock you different skins for crypto, but they are not required at all. There's a little variety in missions, but they are pretty much all the same until the last 5 minutes where the game turns into a literal bullet hell. It was not expected at all. Great twist to the game. That's probably the biggest spoiler I'll give throughout this entire review, but it was a wild turn. After you complete certain missions, a free play mode unlocks on certain areas, allowing you to complete some side quests and collect some collectibles, which I recommend since they will help you gain DNA faster, which is the game's currency, and that will be used to get you upgrades for your saucer and weapons. So overall, I'm going to give the gameplay a 6 out of 10 since mainly I enjoyed it, but it was nothing special. The game doesn't allow you to choose a difficulty, or if it does, I do not remember being able to choose one. I would say the only learning curve to the game is the controls. They are a little funky, and I had a little trouble with them throughout the entire game. Not as much when just controlling Crypto, the main character, but when flying the saucer. I lost so many times in the last mission due to it being heavily reliable on being able to maneuver and control the saucer. Other than that, the game wasn't incredibly difficult. I only died a few times, but it was most likely being a skill issue on my part. And if you've ever played any third-person shooter before, you will mostly breeze through the game. And because of that, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10 for difficulty. The next section I'm going to have, which would be the last section if I'm not going for a platinum in these videos, is going to be the art and design. There really isn't anything special about the art or design of this game. The graphics aren't terrible, but they aren't anything amazing either. A lot of the game's models are just standard 3D models of houses or buildings, and a lot of the environment is just standard stock trees and rocks. Now don't get me wrong, if you look at the original game compared to how it is in this one, these are some huge upgrades. for being a remake that came out in 2020, though. I feel like they could have done better. A lot of levels take place in one of the 6 areas, so a lot of the levels kind of just look the same. There's not much difference between them. And I feel because of that, I'm going to give the art and design a 4 out of 10. For this video, there's a special 5th section, which is the Platinum section, because I did indeed go for the Platinum, and you don't understand how much I wish I did not. When the game ended, I really enjoyed my time with the game, but after the Platinum, I never want to reopen this game again, or play the second game. The Platinum was pretty straightforward, just consisting of you completing all optional objectives, completing all races, abductions, Armageddons, and annihilations in all worlds, and getting 3 stars on all of those. And then just a few miscellaneous trophies. The miscellaneous trophies were not that bad at all. If you could follow a guide, you'll be a-okay. But the optional objectives only required me to do 3 missions over again. Again, wasn't bad. It was the area objectives that made me want to throw my controller every single time. Completing them wasn't the hard part, but it was getting the 3 stars on all of them. Again, I don't want to spoil too much in case you do want to play the game for yourself or go for the Platinum, but overall, the Plat really took away my experience from the game and has made me have a deep hate for it. Because of that, I'm giving the Plat a 2 out of 10. To sum up, overall, I mainly enjoyed my time with the game, and I recommend it to anyone that wants a short, funny, and sort of sit back and chill type of game, as long as you avoid the Platinum. Maybe in the future I would try a second game, but I have a lot more games to get through before that, and honestly, I need a break from the game and its series. At the end of every review, I want to give each game an overall score out of 10, depending on how I rated each section. So that, for Destroy All Humans, the 2020 remake, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10, which I feel is very reasonable for this game. I plan to have more videos for this series out soon, as I am playing through 3 different games right now during the making of this video. I don't know when I'll have them out, because it just kind of depends on when I finish the game, or if I get the Platinum. But I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Please leave a like, as it would greatly help out the channel, and subscribe to get notified when I upload another one of these videos. And I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day.